This is Real Women, Celebrating Women in Film. I'm your host, Brenda Daly. I am an actor, writer, producer. I call myself an all-around creator. I am here today with Michelle Boykin.
Yes.
I met Michelle recently at an actual musical theater thing, and her and I were talking, and she was talking about how she was the creator of the Black Film Festival.
The Las Vegas Black
The
Film
Las Vegas Black Film Festival.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
felt like that was super exciting to me because I was like, oh, wow. So then I had to go check her out, and I looked up your films.
Okay.
And I thought I just felt like it was very empowering. I feel like that's what this program is about, is empowering people to do those things that they always dreamed about. And I feel like you're that person.
Okay. I like that.
So we want to talk to Michelle, and she's doing so many things. She's running all over the place. And I wanted to talk about her most recent project. It's called Distractions.
Distractions.
Distractions. And she's planning on filming it at this year's film festival that she's running. And so that'll be in April, right?
Yes. The festival's in April.
Okay. And so this is just a question for people who enter film festivals. So what is the requirements for your particular festival? Because I know they all have specific requirements.
Yeah. So because it is considered a Black film festival, we do accept films from all ethnic backgrounds. However, because we primarily want to highlight the works of African Americans, we require that the films have at least one African American in it, in a predominant role. And that's the qualification. It needs to, of course, be good.
Right.
So that it can pass the through the judges. We have some very nice judges who
but they definitely know what they're looking for.
They know exactly what they're looking for. And basically, we really love to support independent films. So that's the only real requirement, that it has.
So on average, how many films do you have submit to each festival?
About 200 each year.
Oh, that's not too bad, really.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
It only feels bad sometimes when, some people our submission season starts like immediately after the festival.
Right.
And then you got those lackadaisical filmmakers who wait until 30 days before the final submission date. And then, we've got it. But we still have to watch every single film. We have to fairly judge every single film.
Right.
And then get them into the lineup. So, I would prefer you submit early.
Right. And plus you get a discount.
Yeah, you do.
And
Early
then
submissions.
and of course you submit through Film Freeway.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of people do know this. But if you have a film and you really want it to go somewhere, especially a feature film, and you're going to be spending money on, and I don't work for Film Freeway, but I think the big tip is to go ahead and pay for their gold $10 a month thing, because if you're going to do the festival circuit, it's very important to save that little bit of money, and then they send you an extra special discount on top of it. So I've gotten as much as 75% off.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't do that, you don't.
You pay the piper.
Right. And I think as a feature filmmaker, you have to decide. Are you going to do a festival run? The advantages of doing a festival run is, of course, you can get those laurels, just so that when you're pitching the film to a distributor, they can see, oh, well, it won this and it won that. And I do have one more tip for actors that I've been dying to tell people. So actors don't really know this, but if they're doing an independent film and the filmmaker is submitting, they usually just submit the film and the director and the filmmaker or the creator as a category.
Right.
But I always tell actors to make sure that if the film gets accepted, wait till the film gets accepted into the festival, and then go back to that filmmaker and say, look, I will pay for the best actors category to enter, because there's literally fewer of those, because most of the filmmakers can't afford it or just don't do it.
Yeah. With our particular festival, when you submit your film, because I understand the struggle for independent filmmakers, what we do is we automatically break out actors and directors and editors and everybody who's involved with the film. And they are definitely award worthy.
Oh, so it's not a separate category.
No. Well, you don't have to submit it as a separate category.
Well, but when we go on Film Freeway, because there's different categories on there. You don't have to submit.
Not to our particular festival.
Well, that's really good.
We do. My team does that for you.
Right.
So, like, if you're a director or a producer or whoever submits the film, we automatically go in and break it out. So but what's really important when you submit to our festival is that you list everyone, because it minimizes our work. Because we do go back in if someone is nominated as an actor to win in a particular category. What we do, we go back into the film and we have to go through and figure out who that person is, and so that we can name them properly. So you can help us out by
right. But what my thing is that most of them you have to pay separate for that extra.
Right.
So that's a really great tip, and you guys should really be looking at this film festival. But so you got both sides of it, because I know everyone I enter, it's like a total separate category, and then you have to pay another fee.
Yeah, we don't want you to do that.
Yeah, I think that's super great. Okay, so I wanted to talk about your movie Distractions.
Yes.
And so can you tell us about it?
I can. I'm not going to give you any punchlines or any plot lines
No
or anything like
spoilers.
that. But what I will say is that this particular film is special this year because it's going to be the premiere movie at our festival. What makes that significant as it relates to our festival is that during our festival, some of you may know this already, we have this thing that we call the Actors Showdown.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah, so we erect a boxing ring and the actors compete with their best 3-minute monologues for heavyweight acting champion.
Oh, that's great.
The prize is a lead role in next year's premiere movie that I personally write, produce, and direct for the winner.
Okay.
And so this year's winner, Felicity Annalise, is the star of this movie, Distractions. And it was her monologue that she won with during the festival, the showdown, that inspired this story. So she gets to play, let's see what I can tell you without giving, she gets to play a multi personality psycho type person.
Fun.
So Distractions is going to be amazing, and it will premiere Friday night at the 10th annual Las Vegas Black Film Festival, which happens April 20th through the 23rd, 2023.
And where is that going to be located?
We're home at the Suncoast Hotel and Casino, 9090 Alta Drive. We've been there for going on 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
That's our home.
Great. That's great. So is this actress a local Vegas actress?
She is originally from the Oakland Bay area.
Okay.
But she is definitely local now. She lives here now.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, see, I love the fact that you're giving people an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, too, for you as the filmmaker is you're kind of opening up your eyes to what's actually here, because we always hear, there's no talent in Las Vegas, or there's no this. And I think it's just that I think we live in a town where we just think overall in a smaller scale. So we always feel like, well, maybe we're not good enough because we're not from LA, because that's what they're talking about. But I think you have to just understand that you are good enough.
Right.
You have to keep working.
Exactly.
And, and I always feel like acting and filmmaking, and I think that's why you and I both do it, both, is because we love puzzles.
Oh,
and
God, I love it.
Right.
Yes.
And so as actors, you're always putting together that puzzle. And if you don't do that, you have to be constantly working, and you always have to be constantly updating your materials. And I feel like you need to be a good puzzler. And if you're doing the acting, be the acting puzzler.
Yeah.
If you're doing the filmmaking, you have to be the filmmaking puzzler, or everything falls apart.
Right.
And but as the actor, I think you need to take filmmaking's like 100 billion times harder because there's so many moving parts. But as the actor, you can really control your moving parts.
Absolutely. I'm just happy to have a platform where we can definitely give opportunities to what would be undiscovered talent. And like you said, Las Vegas is full of beautiful, beautiful talent. And because of the platform that we've built, I get a chance to see them.
I was actually on a film set yesterday. I did one line. I don't know if you know Gino Payne and Mario Payne.
I do.
I love them. Yeah. So I did there, and they did the cute. They're doing a kids movie.
Oh,
so cute. Oh my God, my co-star. Well, of course, I was only one little scene, but my little co-star, she's like 3.
Oh,
the cutest thing I've ever seen, and I think. It's important for people to understand that kids are pretty much natural actors. I think as we get older, we get a little more jaded.
Yeah, jaded and analytical. Do it this way. We make choices that kids won't make.
Well, we tried to act. Kids
Yeah.
are they just do
They
it.
just do it.
You just tell a kid to do something, but she was taking, and of course she was the star, so they wanted to make sure that she was highlighted. I was her extra basically, but you could tell, like, you know, and they kept trying to get her to do this one motion, and she's trying to please everybody. And so, and they had her do it over because they wanted to make sure they got a great take, not because she wasn't good, but you could just tell as an adult, as opposed to a kid, is that at the end you could see she was, she was supposed to be acting sad. At the end, she was kind of sad, and her mom was like, "Don't be sad." We were all like high fiving her and everything, but I think it's the emotional part is a little harder for kids.
Probably, yeah, because they haven't matured enough to like process that it's acting and from the real thing, probably. But
yeah, and we all have to go restart.
Right.
You know, you can't just film it one time.
No.
Because you want to make sure it's in the can, so you don't have to go back and do it.
Absolutely.
So
no reshoots.
Yeah. So there's nothing about the distraction. There's no other. Is there any talent that people would recognize the name of?
I actually haven't finished the casting yet. I'll be doing that next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to cast like right before we go into production. I just finished writing the piece, so my cycle every year kind of goes festival, then I take May off, and then June I start to write. July I start to, really fine tune everything, and then August I go into casting. September I shoot. November I edit. February I'm done, and then we're promoting it so it can premiere in April.
Wow, I mean that's fast. I mean I just did my first feature film, and it's a year.
Yeah.
Now, and we just finished. I just got the composer to add the music, and so it's just been, the struggle is real.
It really is. But I've been very fortunate and blessed to have like musical people directly in my life. So while I'm writing, I'm like, I need you to put a song together for this scene, that type of thing, or whatever. I just have and then I do everything else. Like I do the cinematography, I edit. So I'm not at the mercy of waiting for somebody else to do anything, which is why I can move at the pace that I do.
So did you go to film school?
I did.
Where'd you go to school?
I graduated with my Bachelor of Fine Arts from the International Academy of Design and Technology.
Oh, yeah, that's a great school, actually. Yeah. So you just got it all going on.
Well, Hello.
So I know we wanted to talk about, you've got a couple of TV shows that you're working on.
Yes, I do.
So what are you doing on these TV shows?
Producing, writing. I have put together a writing team, so I don't have to. That's a muscle in my brain that I just don't want to have to keep pulling on all the time, because when it's different writing a movie, you one and done, but when you're doing a series, you want it to be fresh as you keep going. So I put together a team that is composed of myself and then some young people and then some men and just different pieces.
Opinions.
So that, so that we can have a really good rounded perspective as we continue the writing.
Right.
And so one of the TV series is about a dance craze that I absolutely love. It's called Watch Your Step. It's about Chicago stepping. And it's
awesome.
going to be that one's going to be fire. It's going to shut the internet down, I promise you. And then I have another one that I call Romans 8. That one is, are you a Greenleaf fan at all on Oprah Winfrey Network?
You know what? I haven't really been watching that kind of television because my husband watches a lot of golf. Just so you know.
Well, that one is it's.
But I love Oprah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Who don't love Oprah, right?
That's true. Yeah, I think she's a pioneer.
She is.
Like if we were talking about a woman that you would look
pioneer.
up to, I think the thing I love about her is that she's just completely fearless. She's taken up so much abuse from men,
right?
and
she's still standing. Yeah, and she's still standing up, looking right in your face.
Yeah, you go, Oprah.
Now?
We love you. Go ahead.
So Romans 8 is kind of a different approach from what I was mentioning, the Greenleaf series that was on the OWN network. That particular series took it from a mega ministry perspective. Romans 8, I'm taking it from a church storefront perspective, and it's going to put to sleep a whole lot of things that happen in church, so to speak.
It's okay. So are you going to pitch this to networks, or where are you putting your TV shows?
Yeah, absolutely. So Film Hub, as a filmmaker, we all go there. So I just recently found out that they accept television series, so we're going there, and hopefully Tubi and some of the other bigger.
Plus if you can get them as excited about it as we are,
absolutely,
then they will hopefully pick it up and then maybe offer you some Bodio dough to keep going.
There we go. That's the goal. Yes.
So you said it was a superhero.
Yes. Oh, okay. So Brenda, let me tell you about this superhero character that I created. Okay, because this is the exclusive. I just want y'all to know Brenda's getting the exclusive because I've not talked to anybody else about this yet.
Okay, shh. Don't tell anybody.
So I created this superhero character. My designer, her name is Roberta Dumont. She just finished. I just picked up my superhero costume like yesterday.
Oh,
we just finished it. The character's name is Sisterhood.
I love it. Okay.
And I have personally trained for the last 2 years. I've lost 40 pounds and I'm all, you see those muscles popping
Yeah,
out.
she looks really good. Just go on.
Did that for a reason because I've always wanted to be a superhero. Okay, so finally I created the series and then I went to work getting fit so I can fit this costume that I created that Miss Roberta Dumont has completed for me. And the character's name is Sisterhood. Her mission is to bring unity among the sisterhood worldwide. Like let's say there's a man in Brenda's life who don't know how to treat Brenda, right? So sisterhood will come and deal with him and teach him how to deal with the sisterhood. If sisterhood,
put him in his place.
There you go. And if Brenda has a good man that she don't know how to treat right well, then sisterhood will come and deal with Brenda.
I'm gonna get a talking to.
Right.
Okay.
And then when sisters like fight against each other and they're always, your hair is longer, your eyes are green, your eyes, whatever the situation is. Sisterhood's motivation is to bring unity among the sisterhood so that we all know that at the end of the day, we're all one. We all, are here to support and love on each other. And that's pretty much her mission. Her superpowers, she can walk on water, she can walk through walls, she can fly, and she has a heightened level of discernment. So she kind of knows what you're thinking before you even say anything. And she's going to help the sisterhood come together in unity. So it's going to be a super, super fun series that I'm creating. And, it just
so what
opens
genre
up so
you
many
put that?
doors.
Would it like a dramedy?
I would probably a dramedy, yeah, because some of the episodes are funny, and then some are filled with just an extra dose of drama that ends in, all of them end happy. Kind of like the Fat Albert used to, start with all the controversy and whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the end, everybody's getting along. So it kind of has that type of.
I like it. It's very feel good.
Yeah, very feel good. I think we need that now.
Teaching a little morality.
Very teachable.
Yeah, and teaching people how to treat each other because I think. And I think we're getting better at it a little bit.
A little bit. Probably the pandemic helped a little bit with that.
I just think the world is waking up.
Yeah.
To, what the whole world needs to do is we just need to have a little more understanding with one another.
I think that, and patience and care, right. Consider yourself when you're doing things.
Right. Talk to somebody like you would want them to talk to you because you don't know who these people are. And,
right.
Everybody has problems and issues, and they have families, and I think that's why being a filmmaker is really important, and even doing a fun series like that is because, unfortunately and unfortunately, media is what drives us to be the good, bad, or indifferent.
Exactly.
Right. So if you can have that feel good. I think that's why I like doing that kids show because that was just such a feel good.
Yeah.
I was watching a series this morning, just first episode, Paper Girls.
Okay.
And it was about 4 girls who were preteen and they had a paper out.
Oh.
And so it was fun because
normally it's little boys who had paper routes.
Right. Well, then they were talking about how they cut the cost, and that's why now they have girls. So so they literally were edging on. I thought, what a imagination.
Yeah.
And then I also like there's a little time travel in it. So it's kind of like Stranger Things, but with girls.
Oh.
So I kind of liked, I was really, and they're all different ethnicities and they all have their own issues. And I thought, wow, this is pretty awesome.
I like it.
Yeah. Because, and they're dealing with each other.
Where is that? Where is it?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So check that out. So, what's your other TV show? Oh, it was the
Romans 8.
Romans 8. Okay. So, and then what's the past movie that someone can actually find that they can watch that's yours?
So right now I have 6 movies that have just been picked up by Amazon Prime and Tubi. So you can find Miss Michelle movies. Emerge is the one that's coming out that I want everybody to go and watch.
Go and watch it.
Yes, it's on Tubi. It's going to be on Tubi. It hasn't gone live yet, but it will in September. So be looking out for Emerge. That one is very, very near and dear to my heart because I also am a live performer. So I do a one-woman show. It's called Emerge.
Okay,
And
awesome.
I adapted that particular movie from the one-woman show.
Okay.
So all of the characters that I become as that one woman on stage, they come to life in this feature film, Emerge, that Tubi just picked up, and it will be featuring. So you got to go help me make Emerge #1 on Tubi. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think it's actually possible.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it just all depends on the filmmaker marketing.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between going through Film Hub and an actual distributor in your what you think is better? I mean, why you think Film Hub is the way to go?
Well, I was introduced to Film Hub by some other filmmakers locally. Bobby and Renee Peoples, actually.
I love them. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Me too. They actually reached out because they know I've been making movies for a very long time, and they're like, "Why don't we see your movies anywhere?" And the truth is because, I run the festival. I'm making a movie. And I just hadn't had time to really figure out where can I distribute my movies.
Honestly, because I'm going through that too, is I always worry about who is going to do the distribution. Are they just going to shelve it? I mean,
right.
I think as a filmmaker, it's exciting when a distributor wants your film.
Right.
But then when they send you the contract, it's like,
girl, bye.
I don't know if
I'm not doing
I don't know
that.
if I could do that. I mean, this is my baby. I get it. You got to give up some stuff. Don't get me wrong. But
some of the distributors that have approached me over the years, it was just like, I'm not doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather sell it out of the trunk of my car than sign that paper that they were sending.
Well, and here's the thing is that, this one lady, she contacted me and she wanted a 70-30 split. Mm-hmm. I was not, that's not terrible. It's probably not what I want. But then she wanted universal rights. And I said, so let me ask you. So I asked her, I go, so do you plan on putting this in theaters?
Right.
And she's like, well, no, I'm going to put it on my channel. I go, so it's going to stay on your Roku channel or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And I go, it's basically going to die there. I go, I go, yeah, I can't do that.
No.
And she thought I was going to be completely, and I was like, well, what if I want to put it in theaters? What if I want to
And you've given her exclusive international, whatever.
Universal rights. Yeah, and it was like, no. And it was
in perpetuity.
In perpetuity for life. So it's like, okay, so basically I'm never going to see a dime.
Right.
And, she's trying to launch a channel that's not even there yet.
Right. Now, those are the ones you run from. Independents, please run.
And it's fine if you're independent, you're trying to start something, but don't
be
advertise
exclusive.
it. And you know what? I prefer somebody to be honest with me about stuff as opposed to hiding. And then there's other people that will approach me and then I look and they're like, oh yeah, we've been in distribution for 3 years. It's like, okay, great. So I look on their IMDb Pro. Everybody use I know we spend a lot of money on IMDb Pro, but that thing will help you so much because you can literally look and see, well, what have they actually done?
Right.
I
see the history.
I don't like it when people tell me one thing and then it's absolutely something totally different.
Right.
And it makes me very nervous because I need, if I ask a question, I want a direct answer.
Exactly.
And if you don't know the answer, it's okay. Say, I don't know.
Right. But most people are unfortunately, in the times that we live in, are not going to be honest. Everybody's on the come up, trying to come up on your head. You know what I mean? So you really have to do your homework to make sure that when you sign a paper, because distribution is good, which is why I like Film Hub. I mean, they've been very up and up with me. I mean,
well, they're one fee all across the board.
One fee.
And then if you have problems, they come back at you and say, well, you need to fix this or fix that. So they help you get your project up. And you can actually look them up, them and then Indie Rights. I heard people have been raving about the lady, Linda on Indie Rights. Mm-hmm. I've been following her quite a bit. And but if you go on the indierights.com website, you can actually, they'll give you a whole list of what their deliverables are.
Yeah. So
that you'll be ready if you want to just go to Film Hub.
Right. Yeah. It was pretty easy. I mean, within the first month of uploading and finishing all of the metadata and all that stuff that you have to do, all of my movies got picked up. And Amazon Prime and Tubi, and other channels, One Hub TV, Brazil TV Exposure. I'm on a lot of streaming networks now, so that's really good.
So did you have to do closed caption on your film?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So you have to get your captioning done, and it's a lot of details, but it's so worth it.
I think too, once you get the first one done,
then you get it. It's like riding a bike. When you get the wheels off, you're like, okay, I got it.
I think because you had so many films, getting that E&O insurance was probably a lot cheaper.
Oh boy, yes. I have a lot of movies, so that's good.
Yeah. So that's great. So is there anything you'd like people to know about you personally? Like, something that maybe someone that you would like your audience to know about you.
About me personally, I think people don't know that I really love supporting other artists. I really love doing that because for me, working hard on your own stuff all the time is, of course, rewarding. But for me, the most rewarding thing is when I can share my knowledge and what I've learned with somebody else and then see them make it. Oh, that does me so good.
Yeah, I think this industry is about giving back a little bit or a lot. I think, and then, you always want to inspire people, and that's why you're here today.
Exactly.
Really. She's really came in to inspire all of you because, I think she's very inspiring. I mean, 10 years. She's got a film festival, which means how long you've been actually making films.
Oh, well, I actually graduated in 2013. I went to school and I finished top of my class. Just want y'all to know that. Yeah. And I think I'm probably the only one in my entire class that's still making movies.
Yeah, I know. My daughter went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and it's only her and her ex-boyfriend are the only ones that are doing films right now.
Wow.
So yeah, I get it. But I think you learn other skills because one of the girls, she actually became an undercover police officer, and she used her acting skills. So I think even if you go to film school and decide it's not for you, you never know what you're going to do with it, you know? And it's a people skill thing.
It really is.
I think for you, though, you've got the whole editing and the cinematography down and all those things. And the thing is that you'll probably always have a job.
Yeah, because I create my own.
Right. But I also think that, if you ever just felt like you wanted to help someone color grade,
then I can always help somebody else.
Yeah, and you can always make money that way.
Absolutely.
So she'll never, and media is, I think people consume media more than anything else.
They do. That's why during the pandemic,
Maybe
we didn't suffer at all. I mean,
Well, is that where Emerge came from? I felt like that's where it came from.
Coronaphobia. I did a movie that was called Coronaphobia.
Oh, okay.
Hilarious comedy that, because I was going to do Kinfolk, which was last year's premiere movie. Yeah, last year's. But I couldn't do it because Kinfolk was like a big family reunion type movie. So I had to redirect my mind during the pandemic because our festival was one of the only festivals in the entire world that went live in 2020.
Wow.
We still had people. We were all masked up with our bling bling masks on the carpet, posing and taking pictures. And we had an audience of like 200 people that actually came.
That's great.
We kind of broke through that crack. Remember, like the pandemic happened like February. Our festival was coming up in April. They announced the world was shut down. And then when they thought the world was going to open back up and we had a soft opening like in August, I jumped on those first dates. And then we actually were able to do it before the world shut down again.
That had to be stressful.
Great. Well, it really wasn't because at the hotel, sometimes in Las Vegas casinos, like when you can have a ballroom that's your space and then there's, something else going on down the hall in the other ballrooms. What was so fortunate is that because, we had to space out and spread out and sit 6 feet apart and walk 6 feet apart and all of that stuff. Because of everything else being shut down, and we were the only event in the entire hotel, we were able to take over all of the ballrooms, and I was able to create the movie theaters were shut down. So I bought a very high definition projector. I had a life-size movie screen made, and we turned the grand ballroom into a movie theater, and we were able to use all of the other ballrooms to spread out and do our workshops and our classes and parties and everything else that goes on.
So her film festival isn't just about the film. So how many films actually make it on average? Because I know they're all different. About
60 to 65 movies.
And then how many are features? Because I know there's a lot less of those.
Yeah. So usually I try to take about 6 to 9 features. Okay. That's it. Because we screen over a 3-day period. The 4th day is just dedicated to awards and celebrating and all of that.
Right.
So over the 3 days, we don't want to have all of these feature films taking up all the time. So we give maybe 3 features on a Thursday opening, and then it's filled up with shorts.
Right.
And then on Friday, 3 features. So we break it up. Feature, bunch of shorts, feature, bunch of shorts, feature. That's how we kind of lay it out. So about 9 features over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
But we always get more shorts. Festivals get more shorts, and that's really to bring attention to the
newer filmmaker.
Yeah, attention to the newer filmmaker, because we have people come to the festival that's looking for talent. So your short could get you a deal at our festival.
Yeah, I think that that's always the hope.
Right.
For sure.
Well, and at our festival, I really make sure of that. Somebody walks away with something every year.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see, I think that
really,
not all the festivals have you as an advocate.
Right. Well, that's true.
So,
because all festivals aren't run by an independent filmmaker who understands. A lot of festivals are just run by people who you submit and, you know, you pay for the festival. Here, I actually care about the filmmaker.
Right.
know.
And your whole objective is to move them to the next level.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
So
if you guys are interested in the Las Vegas Black Film Festival, please get on Film Freeway.
Yes.
Don't do it last second.
Don't do it last second. Please
just help them out, because I think too, if you enter early, then you get a lot more consideration, I think, because they actually get to take a breath and actually enjoy the film as opposed to rushing through your film.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we really try not to rush. That's why I cut off the submissions in February. So we still have all of March and part of April but the earlier you submit, you know, the earlier you will get notified, particularly if you don't live in Las Vegas and, you know, you got to consider your plane ticket and all of those things. So the earlier you submit, the earlier you can get notified, you know, whether you got accepted or not, so you can plan to travel.
Okay, so when you look for your films, I just want to make sure, like on Tubi, Tubi, sorry. So, when they look for your films, can they just put in Miss Michelle? And
put Miss Michelle, or LVBFF. Those are my hashtags. LVBFF for Las Vegas Black Film Festival, or just Miss Michelle.
Okay, so and then how can they get a hold of you if they want to talk to you or get your guidance?
So you can, you know, I give my phone number because I have a direct line for this type of thing, 702-581-3390. Or you can find me on Instagram, LVBFF for Las Vegas Black Film Festival. And I am Ms. Michelle Boykin on Facebook. And that's MS Michelle with two L's. Two L's, the only way to spell it.
Well, it's been really fun talking to you.
Yay.
And I would love to have you back and have you do that for people thing.
I'd love it. Let's talk about it. This is what we do.
Yeah, this is what we do. I'm super excited to have met you. Sometimes, you know, I've been in this community for 30 years, and sometimes you run across that one rare person. I feel like you're that person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Girl, don't make me cry. My lashes ain't glued on tight. Wait, stop.
No, I really do. I feel like you're that rare person, and that you're probably so busy. That's probably why we haven't met.
Probably.
Yeah, because we do know a lot of the same people, but we
really
just haven't, you know, connected. So you guys need to look out for Ms. Michelle.
Yes.
Double L. And you need to look out for her movies coming up, Distractions, and her superhero. I can't wait to see the costume, her TV shows, and Tubi. Please check her out. And I can't wait for you to see all she's got going on.
Yay!
Okay, thank you all. This is Brenda Daly and Michelle Boykin, and this is Real Women Celebrating Women in Film.
Yeah, it's all about the sisterhood.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.